siyasi vaziyetler, dünya iqtisodi, fan texnika, biz Sultan ekranida.
We strongly condemn the Indonesian government's deportation of 3 Uyghurs to the Chinese regime. On September 16, 2020, the Indonesian government violated International Human Rights Convention by handing over 3 Uyghurs who have been unjustly imprisoned in Indonesia for the last 6 years. To China, they're going to be subjected to harsh corporal punishment and possibly even death, and the selling of their internal organs right after the Chinese government sent back these 3 Uyghurs to Chinese-occupied East Turkestan, aka Xinjiang. The Chinese regime's genocide in East Turkestan had been widely addressed on the international media since April 2017. The imprisoning of 3 to 5 million East Turkestani people in concentration camps. They were torturing them, destroying their mosques, burning the Qurans, imprisoning those who pray, shaving the beards of men, forced marriages of Uyghur Muslim women to Han Chinese, cremating dead bodies, banning of funeral prayers, insulting Muslim by labeling Islam as an extremist ideology, forced abortion, halal organ harvesting. These are the crimes committed by the Chinese Communist regime. It is irresponsible for a government of a country with 200 million Muslims to hand over 3 Uyghurs to the Chinese regime. This act goes against Islam and humanity. The Chinese regime is atheistic and anti-religion, so the act of portraying Uyghur Muslims as terrorists, extremists, is something that's normal for this regime. But how can a country with the largest population of Muslims stand by and support the violating the rights of Uyghurs, the invading Muslim lands by China, setting up a concentration camps like a Hitler, and committing a Muslim genocide in the 21st century? But my question is, how will you respond to the day of judgment by Allah? How did you become a partner with that evil regime? This evil government has been known well by the world. This regime has spread the Chinese virus to the world in February, which killed so many Muslims in Indonesia and all around the world. How have you become friends with such an evil regime? We, the East Turkestanis in exile, together with the international human rights organizations, state, societies, and Islamic organizations, are seeking to persecute and punish government officials who have been extradited these 3 Uyghurs to the Chinese regime by the Indonesian government. We urge the Indonesian governments to, number 1, urgently investigate into the situation of 3 Uyghurs who have been deported back to China and send a delegation to save them. Number 2, compensation for 3 Uyghurs for having psychological damages to their relatives abroad. Number 3, immediately release the remaining 2 Uyghur youth who are currently serving their sentences in an Indonesian prison and send them to the safe third country. Number 4, not to return to any East Turkestani citizen to China ever, never again. If the Indonesian government does not respond satisfactorily to our demand, we will stage protests at Indonesian embassies all around the world and international media against the Indonesian government. The domestic and international position of the Indonesian government is under serious threat. We, the people of East Turkestan in exile, have been massacred by the Chinese Communist regime and are on the verge of extinction. To the end, we will continue to resist with all our might to save our brothers and sisters.